all you need to know. The Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business.
Brought to you by Small Cases. Invest in ready-made portfolios created by professionals.
Good morning and happy Monday to you. You're listening to the Daily Morning Update from Bloomberg Quint and I'm Alex Matthew. Today is the 11th of November. Over the weekend, a lot of attention was devoted to the Supreme Court's ruling in the Ram Janmabhoomi Babri Masjid dispute in the temple town of Ayodhya. You'll know by now that the top court handed Hindus complete ownership of the plot of land, which will be handed to a trust managed by the government for now. Muslims will be given an alternative site within the vicinity for the construction of a mosque. If you'd like to read more on the subject or watch some of the debate on the issue, you'll find everything on BloombergQuint.com. In politics, the BJP announced on Sunday that it would not form the government in Maharashtra in partnership with the Shiv Sena. Announcing the BJP's decision, Maharashtra BJP President Chandrakant Patil accused the Shiv Sena of disrespecting the popular mandate that was won by the BJP and the Shiv Sena in the recently concluded assembly polls. Meanwhile, Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut on Sunday said that his party would declare its next strategy once no one else is able to form the government in Maharashtra, and asserted that politics was not a trade for his party. Without naming an individual or party, he said that the bubble of being invincible had burst, and the arrogance of buying a politician to form government will no longer work in the state. Let's turn to other news now. The production numbers are out for Maruti Suzuki India and they justifiably reflect a contraction in demand. The company reduced production by 20.7% in October, making it the 9th straight month of lowered output. The company produced a total of 1.19 lakh units in October. India's electricity demand declined for the third straight month, another indication of an economic slowdown that seems to be deepening. Electricity demand from distribution utilities declined 13.2% in October from a year earlier, according to data from the Central Electricity Authority. The slump began in August, and the power requirement dropped for the first time in more than 2 years. In a temporary relief to thousands of Indians living in America, a U.S. court has refused to strike down for the time being an Obama-era rule that allowed spouses of H-1B visa holders to work in America. A 3-judge bench of the U.S. Courts of Appeal for the District of Columbia Circuit on Friday sent the case back to the lower court, noting that it is best to remand the case to the district court to give it an opportunity to thoroughly assess and finally determine the merits in the first instance. In international news, Iran discovered an oil field containing the equivalent of 53 billion barrels, potentially boosting its reserves as the OPEC member struggles to overcome the effects of sanctions on its energy industry. It wasn't immediately clear how much of the oil discovered in southern Khuzestan province is new or how much of it can be developed commercially. Domestic media reported the discovery on Sunday, and the oil ministry said it plans to hold a news conference today to announce the details of the find. Meanwhile, Saudi Aramco will allow investors to start bidding for shares in the world's most profitable company from the 17th of November. It left potential buyers in the dark, though, about the size of the stake it plans to sell and the pricing range. The Saudi Stock Exchange rules prohibit the oil giant from listing additional shares for 6 months after the start of trading. Also, the Saudi government, the sole owner of the company, won't offer any additional shares during the 12-month period after listing, but retains the right to sell to foreign governments or investors affiliated to foreign governments. In international markets, stocks in the Asia-Pacific region have begun positively, with all 3 early risers starting in the green. This after gains were registered at the end of the week on Wall Street. With that, it's over to Darshan Mehta for the trade setup for the day in India. Good morning, Darshan. How are we looking at the start of the week?
Hi Alex, good morning everyone. Global cues are muted at this point of time. Asia is also rather muted. The SGX Nifty is indicating a mild negative outlook. But the earnings season is not over. Britannia, Adani Ports, Coal India and Hindalco will report numbers today. And among the other larger companies, there is Motherson Sumi, Embassy Office, Phoenix Mills, NMDC, Alchem Labs, Mahanagar Gas and Metropolis Healthcare, which will report numbers. In terms of numbers announced, Nestle results were in line with estimates. The domestic sales were up 10%, while export sales dropped 7%. The higher input cost led to contraction in gross margins, and the analysts see volume growth to be in high single digit. The sustained growth was on the back of new launches and strength in the key brands. NTPC, the results were in line with estimates. The other income was up 4 times, which aided the profits of the company. Generation declined 6.5% due to tepid economic activity as per the management, and fuel-related disruption at Talcher and Sipat plants led to a 330 crore under recovery. Bank of Baroda results were above estimates. The NIMs as well as the NIIs improved, but slippages remained high. Now the high slippages offset the better recoveries and upgradation, resulting in unchanged NPL ratios. Loan growth on a merged basis remained muted. Ashok Leyland results were below estimates. The volume decline impacted the overall performance. Higher discounting and lower volumes hit realization, and they recognized an exceptional loss due to the VRS scheme and other provision. Tata Power results were in line with estimates. The EBITDA was aided by reduction in Mundra under recoveries, and lower share of profits from associate companies impacted the profits. Narayana Hrudayalaya, the results were above estimates. Strong operating performance, and there was improvement both in the domestic and the Cayman Hospital. Improving utilization aided the India business, and that was due to strong operating leverage, and improving case mix improved the international performance. TeamLease, the revenues and margins were muted and the PAT dropped on higher staff cost. Amara Raja, operationally strong set of numbers. There was healthy growth in the replacement and industrial segment. The OEM segment was weak. Deferred tax gains aided the profit, while low raw material cost aided the margin. The volume growth was maintained for FY20. Shobha results were below estimates. Affle results were very strong. JK Cement also decent set of numbers came in. Equitas saw net interest income up 27% and profit down 20%. And some other stocks that we need to watch out for. Piramal Enterprises, ICRA has downgraded Piramal's promoter entity Asan Corp's rating. Laurus Labs has received 2 observations from the US FDA for its FDF and API facilities. Indocount Industry says that they paid 83 out of the 104 crores payable to the Custom Department, and TTK Prestige will be in focus. They have completed the expansion facilities of its Tamil Nadu as well as Gujarat. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website bloombergquint.com and click on the All You Need to Know tab, and you'll be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan. Well, that's all we have for you on this podcast, but as always, there's a lot more on the website, bloombergquint.com, so don't forget to check it out. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a lovely day and an even better week ahead.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you could listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma, or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.